What's going on? Doing a video on the cold steel Wakazashi. This is a second sword, level C. We're going to go over the imperfections when I receive the sword and what I think of it. Only it has a few imperfections, one right there, the nick in the guard. It's on the opposing side, so it doesn't affect the user. If you were choke up on the guard, it would not bother you at all, but there is a nick in the metal. There is some rust when I received it, and I haven't quite cleaned it up in here around and on the other side as well. Some rust in there just going around. As far as the blade, everything's locked tight. None of this moves. It's all solid. It's in great shape. But the blade is balanced. It's straight. There's no curve, or the blade is not off. But there was some blade damage because it was rusted, and you can see that discolorization right in there. That was me using a that was all rust. There was a heavy coating of, almost like a powder coating of rust on that side, and on this side pretty almost got it all off of this side. Basically using a heavy duty light steel wool, heavy duty but very fine steel wool. And it doesn't scratch metal at all, but it does seem to scuff out the rust, and that is what you're left with after taking the rust off the blade. There was another area up here that had a little bit of rust, and I wooled that as well, and that's what's left behind. But other than that, as I said, it's nice and smooth, no pitting, no imperfections on the metal, just cosmetic, permanent, I guess you could say, discolorization. Possibly sharpen the blade and it might go away. Who knows? You could touch it up, maybe repolish it. All I did was wool it with some Gibbs and some oil, and just kept on oiling it and wooling it, and that's how I got the actual rust off of there, but left with that discolorization. But that is it. Very beautiful Wakazashi from Cold Steel, being the Emperor series. Going to have to say though, I am more of a fan of the Warrior series than I am the Emperor series. This is all fancy and everything, but after receiving it, I do like the Warrior series better than the Emperor. Maybe going up to the Dragonfly series, but I don't see myself spending that kind of money. I probably won't for the advances you get by going to that. But very nice sword, done very nice. I kind of got a worser deal sticking with the level C, but that's all they had left. I wanted a Wakazashi, and the only ones they had left was the Emperor series and only level Cs. But I tried my shot at it. I don't think I got too bad of a deal. Realistically, the nick on the guard is the only thing that I can't fix. Everything else was cosmetic and able to get rid of or stop it from being damaged. You know, pulling that rust off, that's the end of that. The only thing I have to worry about really is that nick right there, and I could easily replace that if I wanted to, but realistically, I'm satisfied with the sword for what it cost and what it's worth. You know, we're talking about $500 sword, upper 500s, getting it second C, it's under $200 from them. You know, so that's not too bad. So overall, I'm satisfied with it, but that is a close-up look of a sword second from Cold Steel, level C. Had to do a little work to it, but it was fun doing the work. You know, getting in there, cleaning it up a little bit, and seeing what you're left with. But there you go, guys. Take it easy.